Hi, I'm James Spaceman, and this is my next trip into the verse with Star Citizen. It's very exciting. So I'm hitting the launch game button there. There it goes. And now we're back to the logo. And I presented some thoughts last time on the different kinds of citizen that we could be. An Earth citizen, a sea citizen. I think we don't even need to stop there. We could be a cloud citizen. Imagine being a citizen of the clouds. Nothing else, just clouds. So the sky is actually just as alien and dangerous as the sea is to us when you get deep enough. Like you might just get to the edge of your cloud and dabble a finger into the sky. Or for a sea creature, as alien and dangerous as the dry land is to a sea creature. Or dirt citizen. How about that? Dirt citizens, like worms, I guess, are dirt citizens. It's not really a very compelling kind of approach to gameplay, perhaps. But I'm sure you could make it that way. You know, you're trying to get certain trace minerals. You've got to keep things moving through your peristaltic mechanism. There's a lot of options. But no, look, we're stuck with Star Citizen. I'm really just speculating, just letting my mind wander free as I look at the loading screen. So we've got the loading screen. We've got this black square. Now, black's had a bit of a hard rap over the years, hasn't it? I mean, white, as we all know, is every colour at once, and so therefore it contains every single possible colour that can be conceived, all blended into one perfect kind of mix. But black kind of is presumed to contain nothing. It's just absence, it's just emptiness. And that's kind of unfair, I think. And imagine a black room at night. Okay, you're lying on your back in a bed. You've just woken up. You're not sure if you heard something. It's absolutely black. There's absolutely nothing that you can see. Anything could be out there. So I guess looking at this black screen that is our Star Citizen aborning, well, if it was a white screen, that could be everything. Because it's black, it could be anything. Think what wonders could be hidden within that black. I think there's some metaphors for Star Citizen that we're passing by here. I'll just kind of glance at them and leave it to the listener to determine what they might be. But yeah, there's a lot to think of, and I'm actually grateful for Chris Roberts. Let's just bring out the black a bit more visibly so we can see it better. That rectangle of black, think what might be in there, what might be lurking, what future might hide, what potential future selves might be lurking inside that black space. I'm actually kind of pleased by my desktop wallpaper at this time as well. Last time, as you'll recall, it was a very fancy dock. Now I've got a sort of corridor receding into the blackness. Even the colours are right; they all sort of match up quite nicely. It's a very here we go. Here's the star. That's good to see. There's a definite kind of synchronicity. There's a harmony between the random colours on my desktop and the things that I'm looking at. I've actually got a big folder of images. So as we continue my journey into the depths of the verse, you'll see more and more of these pictures. I get them mostly from a website called Dead End Thrills, which I strongly recommend you look up. It's just a whole bunch of amazing video game sort of photography, really. Somebody who goes into a video game and does a bit of light modding and then takes screenshots and it's kind of each one is incredibly dramatic. It's quite beautiful. Nearly all of them are very, very beautiful. Probably got about 1,000, 1,500 screenshots in there, the vast majority of which are from Dead End Thrills. So if you're listening, Duncan, from Dead End Thrills, thanks very much. I should actually drop you a line if it feels a bit mean just stealing all your stuff, but I'd like to think that you'd want it to be appreciated. So anyway, here we are. It's 9:55 a.m, Sunday the 24th of May, thanks to a little time sorcery, a little time magic. And I think we've got a bit of change. I wasn't paying enough attention, and that's something you can't afford to do in Star Citizen, because things change at a moment's notice. See, there, if you look just to the left of the screen, about 2/3 of the way down, you'll see that now Star Citizen is not responding, and before, implicitly, it was responding. So what lesson can we draw from this? I'm picturing a sort of guru on a mountaintop, actually. And like his expression, her expression, never changes, not even for an instant. But as you sit there or stand there, or perhaps in a lotus position, you know that their attention is at first on you and then off you. But you can't see how. I mean, Star Citizen is sort of gracious in a way. It actually gives us the opportunity to know when it's paying attention to us. And right now it's not responding. It's lost within its own thoughts. It's far away among the stars. And you can see it in that picture. The very star that is Star Citizen, that's where its thoughts are. Now, here's the thing. What is it to see a picture? Oh, something's just... there we go. I'll hold that thought. Actually, no, I won't. What is it to see a picture? Somebody takes something out of their mind. They draw a sketch. They expand on it. They make it more precise, more beautiful. Choose their colours. And at each point, are they actually trying to make an image in your head? Or are they trying to put an image from their head onto the paper? Onto the screen, in this case. There's no paper involved here at all, unless there are a few sketches. It's a puzzler. Another puzzler is if you look at that ship in the middle of the screen, perhaps about 1/3 of the way towards the left. It's coming into land on the space platform, the donut, the kind of wagon wheel sort of arrangement we've got here. But if you look at its jet plumes, they're extending very far out beyond the back of the ship, which, as we all know, is indicative of a significant amount of thrust. And also, as we know, if we've had anything to do with any kind of science fiction game or jet fighter game or anything really to do with living in the modern world, that means it's going really fast. So, as far as I can tell, that ship in the middle of the screen, 1/3 of the way from the left of the screen, is actually about to crash into the space station. I think we're actually witnessing some kind of Space 9/11, which is an astonishing level of drama, and I can only presume that was intended by the artist, or at least that was in the artist's head. Because if you remember, we established before that that's what an artist is doing. They're not actually communicating. They're taking something from their head and rendering it in a fixed form. And it's really up to us what we then do with that image. Now, I confess, there's a degree of deadpan humour in some of these videos, and that perhaps in an ideal world, a game like Star Citizen wouldn't take 9 minutes to load. Perhaps in an ideal world you'd click Star Citizen. Oh, look at that, we've got ports now, that's good. Which one should we go to? You click it and it'll just load, but nonetheless, for all my perhaps mockery might not be too big a word to describe it. New beverage, sounds good. Freezing cold. It's quite warm where I am, so I think, yes, we'll go to new beverage. Despite my mockery, that moment when the music comes in is actually quite sublime. It's actually really, really well done. And that's, I think, that is my mission here. I'm not trying to mock. I don't want to mock. I want to be transported. I want to be delighted. And it's my earnest belief that transportation, that delight is actually everywhere to be seen, even in things which perhaps it's a little harder to find it. And I'm not going to lie, it can be hard to find the delight in Star Citizen at the moment. Might change in the future. I earnestly hope it does. But right now, you have to really go looking for it. And that's what the purposes of these journeys into the verse. That is their purpose. So, we're off to New Babbage, a frozen world. We'll have to be careful if we go outside, not to freeze to death, I presume. Now, as watchers, my loyal watchers might recall, last time I played, I got stuck in a box. One very large box, one very small box, and then crashed. This time, I've actually been offered the opportunity to actually go to a spaceport, which is great, because my goal here is actually to become a citizen of the stars, to voyage in the verse, and that needs a spaceship. So I'm looking for a spaceship. That's what we're all here for. You want to see me get a spaceship, I hope. We want to see me fail. That's fine too. That's fine too. We're all friends here. But look, I want a spaceship, and my feeling is, my understanding is that there will be a spaceship when we get to New Babbage, the city of New Babbage, I presume the planet of New Babbage. I'm not sure if it's the star system of New Babbage. I haven't delved deeply into the lore. But look, no, so we're on our way, presumably by some kind of transport, towards the city, planet, and solar system of New Babbage. And when we get there, well, who knows? I mean, it's a mystery to me. I'm hoping it'll be straightforward. I'm hoping even more fervently that it'll be delightful, that I'll be delighted. And in the meantime, here I am staring at a scroll bar. A good friend a long time ago told me never stare at scroll bars because you'll see your death. And I never really understood him. It seemed a bit unduly morbid. We were a bit drunk at the time. But I think I kind of understand what he's saying, because in a sense, it's not even that far-fetched of a sense. Our life is a scroll bar. We're born, kind of it starts to crawl to 1%, and then over time it speeds up. And that's what scroll bars do, isn't it? Sometimes it gets stuck, and people get stuck. We all get stuck. We've all had kind of a feeling that we're in a place or around people that we don't have the ability to move away from. And that feeling, I think, is like when the scroll bar gets stuck. And conversely, we have sometimes in our lives when things are just skipping along, like a stone skipping across a lake. Pop, 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 like that. And that's when the scroll bar's moving fast. And it's a satisfying feeling. It's a beautiful feeling. But ultimately, the end of the scroll bar is waiting for us. And I think there's something to be said for viewing that as completion, not as unfortunate. I think perhaps is the worst thing. Okay, back up a step. Think about when you want a computer to do something, and what you want is change. You want a sense of little funny computer noises to be followed by different funny computer noises, to be followed by things changing. And then we were seeing that with the screen. We're getting different pictures and different logos popping up every now and then. Sometimes the screen's responding, sometimes it's not responding. But we want that change, we want that sense of things actually moving on. And what we don't want, is a sense of just repetition over and over again, being caught in a sort of a loop where there's no change. Even the slightest change in a loop kind of, I think, allows us to search for meaning within that change. If it doesn't change at all, then we're nothing. We're not in. We live in those subtle variations that happen from moment to moment. Like, for instance, look at the scroll bar here. It's sort of flicking back and forth, and there is that subtle variation. It's an unusual scroll bar, sort of more like a ping pong ball of kinds. But if you watch it, sometimes it pauses and flickers a bit faster, or flickers a bit more slowly. But that almost brings me back to the question of the picture. Because the picture is made in the mind of the artist, and it's fixed in a form that I can look at. But then, where does the meaning come from? Does the meaning come from my mind or the artist's? when I look at the scroll bar and I want to feel that it's a expression of the mind of the machine, does that meaning come from the machine, or does it come from my looking at it? I think staring at scroll bars isn't such a bad thing. It's like staring at the sunrise, really. Okay, well, so I'm anticipating quite intensely my first visit to the verse. I'm not going to count my trip to the warehouse, to the hangar. Sorry, I think that was just a regrettable. Actually, no, I'm not going to say it was regrettable. I did enjoy my trip to the hangar. I think there were a lot of things to see and experience. I wouldn't do it again deliberately. I wouldn't go to that hangar again. I wouldn't be trapped in that hangar again. I think now I'm ready for change, because going back to the hangar, that will be that repetition I was talking about before. We don't want repetition. We want incremental, modest change. So as we hit into the 16th minute, nearly 16 and a half minutes of waiting for us to arrive in the verse, waiting for Star Citizen to load, I think I can honestly say I'm ready for it. I thought I was ready before, but perhaps I'm wrong. Perhaps I'm in the error. I mean, especially there was something very satisfying. And if you haven't seen this video, then I beg your indulgence to go back and look at it. It's I think it's the first of my videos. But look at the way I experienced that hangar, thinking that was the verse, that was the world that we had been given by Chris Roberts and his people. I mean, I was convinced that if I walked through the right door, if I pushed the right button, if I did the right thing, I would get out and I would arrive at a place of meaning. And perhaps that feeling, that was the meaning that I'd already arrived at and hadn't realised. So when I went up the elevator, the lift, that sense of anticipation was like biting into a fresh peach. It was delicious. I was sure that I'd solved the puzzle. In fact, I hadn't. But perhaps the broader puzzle was just that I had to wait. Because as it happened, there was no possible way for me to get to the verse from where I was. It was not a possible route. There was no possible route which I could follow to lead there. It was simply, at that time, could not happen. Okay, well, oh, something's happened again. Okay, so that was a happy sigh. I've arrived at long last after something like an hour of various peregrinations. I've arrived at Microtech. Just going to take a sip of wine to celebrate. So look, here I am. I'm going to try and get up. Oh, look, there's a window out there. That's nice. That's good. Look left, look right. Exit bed. Press action. Spaceship generally exit. Spaceship generally exit. Okay, well that's good action. And here we are. We are in the verse. It's a okay. A little bit of a hold up here. A little bit of a spinning wheel. Kind of a similar to the wheel actually plays a very strong role. Just looking around our little room here. That's pretty fancy. Kind of grey and blue. Got a pillow. So I've just been having a snooze, a bit of a space snooze. Some cars going outside on the tracks. Okay, fleet manager, deck 1, vehicle. Okay, so I'm getting some useful kind of tidbits of information. Obviously, when you enter the verse, there's a lot of stuff that you need to know, to be told about. Like for instance, where are shippers? I don't know where my ship is. I'm going to have to go and find it. But before I go, I think I'll have a little walk around my. I mean, I don't want to say palatial. It's sort of like a mid-price hotel, but Let's see if I can open any of these. Temperature. Okay, now as I said right at the beginning, look, we're on a nice world, and there's just no question that if I go outside without protective equipment, okay, can I open this? How do I open it? And click on that. What do I do? No, no, and no. Presumably there's some. Oh, there we go. Need to get close enough. Right, so there's an empty drawer there. That's good. And a fridge, handy. I'll keep stuff cold. There's some irony there because, of course, there's plenty of cold just outside the window, but it's not the useful kind of cold. And also there's some heat. We've got heat and cold. It's very elemental, this whole thing. So look, yeah, we're looking into there. There's shopping. Yeah, useful information is really being rained down on me like blossoms. Oh, there's plates in there too, utensils. Maybe I can pick them up and cook a... Nope, can't. Nope, can't. Okay, can't do that. Right, it's reminded me again about the temperature. Probably because I was so close to the fridge, that might have made me a bit colder, because that's the sort of level of simulation that we're dealing with in the verse. Confirm an inner thought selection. How extraordinary. So what I take from that is that this game has the ability, if you think something, to make it real. So if I get an inner thought that perhaps I should, well, on the simple level that I should open these, then I can make it real just by clicking on them. But I can confirm my inner thoughts just by clicking a button. This is a... Oh dear, is it poison gas? Is that poison? Air. Oh, it's poison. It's air. Smoke. I'm not sure why air is smoke in the future, but perhaps it's because of the ice planet outside. Perhaps it's frost. Frosty vapor. Just to keep me cold and make sure I don't get acclimatized. Okay, cool. Here we are. We're in a, looks like a fancy space hotel. Strong leaf theming. Bit of marble on the floor. Very blue, very purple. I'm reminded of an old New Zealand band called Look Blue Go Purple. Because of those two colours, there's not really any particular deeper meaning. I'm not going to explore it. Okay, so look, here we are. We're in New Babbage. New Babbage. Here's the lift. The lift probably leads us where we need to go, which, in case you've forgotten, is the spaceport, or a spaceship. I don't actually need to go to a spaceport, but I do want to go to a spaceship. Okay, here's a fire extinguisher, and we've got all the amenities here. Can't open it. Can't open the first aid. Okay, that's fine. We're not actually wounded right now. We're not dying. We're not injured of any kind. Okay, so we're in an empty hotel, and here's the elevator. All right, I think I've explored it sufficiently. I've got a pretty good idea of what's here. Just get a bit closer there, and no, it doesn't work. Okay, is it coming? Okay, what do I need to do? Click. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. All right, good. All right, microtekers, that's good. So we're on floor 7. We want to go to floor 5. Is that the last one? Okay, click that. I'm not sure if the lift's moving right now. It might be moving. I could probably get out there if they get the emergency exit, if it caught fire. It doesn't work. Okay. I don't think. Let's see if I can get out of here. Let's see. And floor 7 is where I am. I want to go to floor. Okay. Well, look, I'm in a box again. I'm just going to come out and say it. I've actually ended up in a box again. It's a theme. It's I'm going to say it's a metaphor, perhaps. Okay. I'm in a box that just takes me to the same place that I always was. It's possible that they're aiming at something kind of deep here. We're all in boxes, and they... Oh, no, okay, flip scrolls. Right, good. All right, lobby. Let's go to the lobby. Okay, I think I was reaching a little bit much for some metaphorical significance that possibly wasn't there, and you just need to use the scroll wheel. So, useful tip: use the scroll wheel in the lift. That's a useful tip. Star Citizen tip. Heard it here. Okay, now I'm in the lobby. I got a friend who works at a hotel. Maybe see if I can chat to. Hello, hi, Tara. No, hello. No, not. No, she's not talking to me. Okay, that's fine. She's probably busy. We're staring at something important on the sky. Are you gonna? No, nothing. I'm just gonna be a bit naughty. Hop over here. Probably tell me off. Okay, blank screen. Okay, black. Maybe they see into the infrared. They can see stuff on that screen that's not available to me. It's possible. Who knows? Anyway, look, it's not relevant. We're heading out. We're going to find a spaceship. And we're going to fly in a spaceship to. Well, actually, I don't know. I've got no idea where I'm going to go. But that's part of the adventure of being in the verse. Okay, so just New Babbage. No, that's where we are. Down some stairs. Down some more stairs. Everything's very shiny in New Babbage. Oh, what was that? Is that a ghost? Oh, Jesus. Okay. That's a bit weird. He's a ghost. He's not. He's staring at the blue. He's staring transfixed at the blue, hands on his hips, with a excitingly cut jacket. That's how jackets are cut in the future. They have holes in the back. Oh, okay. You right? Hi. No? I just saw you appear out of nowhere. Did you? Is that a thing you? Oh, not to worry. Train. All right. We are going to the spaceport. Here we go. We're on the spaceport train. Spaceport train.
Stand clear of disembarking passengers.
This guy, he's waiting for the spaceport train. Oh, here we go. Here's the spaceport train. All right, let's go. So in we hop. This is actually pretty cool. I love trains. Trains are pretty fun. Where I grew up, there was a cable car. It was like a little train that went up and down, and you'd sit in the front of the train as a child. You know, I still do it, but it was pretty exciting as a child. And it would whiz you through the tunnels. It was super duper good. And then one year they actually put lights. Oh, this is great. Oh, this is fun. We've got some speed here. Look at us. We're powering along. This is very cool. There's a sense of distance being travelled. I'm not sure of what we're actually travelling past. Whether it's anything we can do anything with, or it's just really just a tube with flashing lights. But it's a good train ride. I'm having a pretty good time. It's like a roller coaster, but without any rolling or coasting. It just sort of goes forward. So it's a straight liner. But look, there's some. I can see the spaceport up here. That's pretty cool. I'm probably going to get there any moment, and then I'm going to get in my spaceship, which is going to be quite. I'm actually going to be genuinely thrilled when I get in my spaceship. I'm really looking forward to that, for sure. But look, we're slowing down now, so probably the spaceport's going to be nearby. Reminds me a bit of a game called Thumper, which is definitely worth looking at. And, oh, here we are, and there's nothing out that side. Okay, let's pop out. Oh, that's pretty cold. Oh, is there a path? Let's go. Okay, so right. So I guess I just fell out of a train and died. Right. I've exited the Armistice Zone. I don't know if that's Star Citizen kind of telling me the gloves are now off, or what Star Citizen is telling me by that. But I've got a black screen. We've mused on the potentiality of black screens before. I could raise my fists and entering a fighting ready stance to fight the monsters in the blackness, but I'm choosing not to. I'm not pressing Q. I don't want to press Q. I've accepted my fate. You know, my fate was to ride a train, to wake up in a hotel, go down the lift, get on the train, and then fall to my death in the freezing vacuum of New Babbage, just outside the city of New Babbage, on at sort of 10 o'clock-ish on 24th of May. So, I mean, I think radical acceptance is perhaps a pompous word for it, but ultimately, what has happened was always going to have happened. You can choose what you're going to do, but you can't choose what has happened. So look, I'm going to call this to a close. I'll see you next time for Voyager in the Verse.